Good morning, Taconic, and welcome back to another episode of Taconic TV. We have a great show lined up for you today, so let's get started. Today is Friday, April 14th, and we have a lot to get through.
First up is the Sports Center, then a segment on the history of pasta, a view of this week's reality fair, and much more.
But before we start, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As most of you know, vacation starts today with us coming back to school on April 24th.
Now to Caleb with the Sports Center.
Hey Taconic, Caleb here. Back with some more Taconic Sports news. Today we'll be talking about baseball, softball, track and field, and more. So let's get right into it. Our baseball team has some games this week, and they start off with a big win on Tuesday against Westfield. The next game will be next Wednesday in Agawam at 4, so please go if you can. Also, our softball team picked up their first win this week on Monday against Mohawk. Their next game will be tonight in Maher at 4. Also, they have a big game tomorrow against the city rivals of PHS at 2, so please go if you can. Our track and field team has a meet this week on Wednesday, and their next meet is tonight. Finally, as many of you know, we have a student roof back at the basketball game today. So good luck students playing and good luck faculty. That's all for Taconic Sports News. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Caleb. Now we have Michelle with the Squee of the Week.
Today on Squee of the Week, we are talking about the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel. The Japanese dwarf flying squirrel is nocturnal, and during the day it rests in holes in trees. The Japanese dwarf flying squirrel typically feeds on buds, leaves, bark, fruit, and seeds. It's originally from Japan, and the dwarf flying squirrel typically lives between 5 to 7 years in the wild and 10 to 19 years in captivity. And here are the cute little guys right here. Absolutely adorable, and apparently you can have them as pets.
Thanks, Michelle. Now let's go to Nathan with some information on Mr. Taconic tonight.
Thanks, guys. Mr. Taconic is tonight. Tickets will be sold at the door for $10, and it starts at 7 p.m. Well, that's all. Now back to you guys at the desk. Thanks, Nate. Now we're going to go check out this week's reality fair.
The Reality Fair Wednesday was an event where students were given a career and salary information, and the students visited booths to buy housing, clothes, food, etc. This experience is similar to adult financial life and is a great interactive experience for making real-world financial decisions and managing money. The grant-funded career team came up with the Reality Fair idea and supported the funding project. Ms. Conant reached out to Junior Achievement, who supported the event, including all the curriculum and booth setups needed to schools free of charge. Thanks to all the faculty, staff, and students that participated.
Wow, that looks awesome. Now let's hear about the history of pasta with Sean.
What's up, Taconic? We're here because the culinary students are doing an Italian buffet. We're going to send off to Kai for more information on this event.
We're actually setting up for a banquet tomorrow that Miss Conant is holding for a group of kids, I believe. We're just making some wraps and everything, and we also did a buffet today for lunch. It was Italian themed, so we decorated and everything, made sausage and meatballs and stuff like that. Well, sometimes if we're like really hectic and we have like a hectic week, we'll do something like this, where it's like everyone can just like make their own plate, how big they want it, how small they want it, whatever they want on it. And it's more of like a choice to have their own food, I guess. So we did have some of the sophomores help us today, and that class is around like 20, 25 students. And then there's like a handful of seniors here, but when those sophomores leave, we end up finishing up everything ourselves, so. We got it done completely by first lunch, so those first few periods and then first lunch hits, and yeah.
Man, that sure made me hungry. While on the topic of Italian food, Have you ever wondered what the history of pasta is? Well, don't worry, because we're going to send it off to Quinn for more information about the history.
Thanks, Sean. The history of pasta is pretty interesting. It was first discovered by the people of ancient China in the 13th century, and according to an ancient legend, it was brought to Italy by a man named Marco Polo. From there, colonists and adventurers brought ideas from Italy to the New World and popularized pasta across the ocean. Pasta was being cooked in the New World for 30 minutes and mixed with cream sauce and cheese. Let's end off the history of pasta with this fun fact. The Greeks were the ones who made the first pasta making machine. Well, that's all we have for the history of pasta. Back to you, Sean.
That sounds really interesting. That's all we have for this Italian 3 minutes. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Now we have Bryce interviewing Mr. Slaughter from Focusing on Our Children.
This is Mr. Manny Slaughter. He is the Vice President of Focus on Our Children. Would you like to tell us a little about yourself and what led you to found Focus on Our Children?
Yeah, about almost 30 years ago, we decided that we need to implement some programs in the community that will produce a safe haven for our children. So what we did instill, we instilled a dance program, a literacy program, and a recreational program, right? Because we truly believed back then, as well as we believe in now, that the kids need to have the same opportunity as everybody else. And I also need to note that all of our programs was free, right? And there was several summers we serviced anywhere between 65 to 90 kids. And I truly believe as a community, right, that we all can make a difference. So that's what the Focus on Our Children is about, making a difference in our children's lives.
What would teachers or students do if they volunteered?
They would have a great impact, okay? Because I truly believe that our children need to see students taking the time out and showing the love and showing the passion, right? That they believe in them, right? Like somebody had to believe in them to excel in life.
What qualities do you look for in volunteers?
Well, the qualities is like just, to be honest with you, to get to the exact nature. Patience and tolerance with our kids, okay? To come and enjoy math, English, science, or doing a project with them and having them laugh and having them smile. Because what I have realized over the many years of dealing with our children, in order for our children to trust you, we must build a relationship with our children.
Mm-hmm. How do I go about volunteering?
Easy. You reach out to 413-281-5660. That is the main number. You can get in contact with me. You know, my phone is always open. We meet at Price Memorial Church, AME Zion Church, which is located at 163 Linda Street. Right now, we are in the component of the after-school homework program that meets Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I need to let everybody know for 7 months it met Monday through Friday, but we fell short of volunteers, right? And that's one of the main reasons why I'm here, right? Allocating for the program that as a whole and our students, right? We asking you guys to come out, take the time out, show some availability, right, and be part of this great program, which is called The Focus on Our Children.
What exactly would students and teachers be doing at this program?
They will be helping the kids with their after-school homework, which is math, English, spelling, science, history, you know, things of that nature. Even if a student came down and they wanted to share a science projects, just getting engaged with our kids. And our kids varies from the age of 6 to 17 years old.
How will they be helping a lot of these kids that go into this program and everything?
Well, they will be giving them confidence by encouraging them that, you know, they could be a doctor one day, a professor one day, a fireman one day, teacher one day, or they could be a carpenter, they could be a electrician, you know. I was told the words produce image, right? And if you keep telling a child that you could be somebody, eventually, right, that start to marinate and saturate in their mind, and they believe that they can become that person.
What impact are you trying to put on the community? What are you trying to get out there to everyone?
That as a community as a whole, not just one or two people, but as a community as a whole, we can make a difference in our children's lives, right? That could be our elders, that could be our parents, that could be our teachers, and that could be our students.
Wow, what an interview. Well, that's all we have for you today. And as always, if you have anything you'd like to highlight or report, please email us at taconictv@pittsfield.net.
Remember to take responsibility, have respect, and strive for excellence.
Have a great day, Taconic.